Unlike Instagram, Pinterest can sell your digital products for years, but that only works if you know a few things. Today, I will tell you how to promote digital products on Pinterest the right way and how to compete with AI-generated content that is flooding the platform. So why do people go to Pinterest? Not for liking a friend's photo or arguing in the comments. Pinterest runs on intent, and people go there to find a solution to a problem. And this is often followed by a purchase. And because pins keep getting surfaced in search for months, one good pin can keep pulling buyers long after you posted it. Months or even years, actually, depending on your niche. That is why people call Pinterest traffic evergreen. But to make use of this evergreen traffic, you need to follow some important steps. Step number 1. Switch to a business account and verify your website. It is free and it unlocks two things you need: detailed analytics and rich pins. Rich pins automatically pull the price and description from your site onto the pin. When the price is shown, people are more likely to buy. Step number 2. Boards. Don't post everything in a single board. Create different thematic boards. Treat each one like a separate category in a store. Step number 3. And this is actually a common mistake. Often, the product owner creates only one pin about the product. So instead, make 5 to 15 pins about it, depending on how complex the product is. Different designs, different angles, then schedule those pins instead of posting them all at once. Each new pin signals Pinterest to put you higher in search results within this topic. And now let's talk about SEO. Put your keywords in your account name, your board names, your board descriptions, your pin titles and descriptions, the alt text, and even in the image. By the way, stop wasting time on hashtags. Unlike Instagram, Pinterest hashtags are useless for ranking. Now, here's a very important tactic: long-tail keywords. What is a long-tail keyword? It is a search phrase that is as specific as it gets. Not just bike tires, but tubeless off-road tires for a 29-inch mountain bike. Not a meal plan, but a high-protein meal plan for muscle gain. The shorter phrase is too general and won't get you high in the search results. Bike tires search query can be typed by those who look for a kid's bicycle tires or those who want just to learn how to repair a tire. And if your pin is aimed at neither of those, you hardly get any opens. The long keyword, however, is more specific and it will have less competition, and the user is more likely to click. And two more technical details. On Pinterest, people see only the first 50 or 60 characters of your description. So put your main keyword right at the front. And second one, the first 2 days after the upload are the most important ones. Pinterest shows it to a small test group and analyzes their reaction before deciding whether to push it to a wider audience. So, post during peak time when your audience is active. Okay, now the foundation is set. And now let's talk about the visuals. Format first. Go vertical, because vertical pins take up the most space of a phone screen, and the more space you own, the better. Next, add text to your pin. This is not optional. A user needs to understand what is inside in about a second. So add big, readable words to the image. A bit more about pin formats. Video pins get pushed by Pinterest harder right now. So even a simple slideshow video or an animated cover of your template can get away more reach than a still image. If you've only been making static pins, start testing video. So now, people click on your pins, but how do you actually get sales? The natural instinct is to lead your pins viewers straight at a checkout page. Do not do that. Pinterest gives you cold traffic. People just found your pin 10 seconds ago, and asking a complete stranger to pull his card kills conversion. You need to warm people up before you ask for money. Say you are selling an online course about video editing. Your pin can lead to a freebie, a small PDF, or just a short tutorial. Not a complete course, but just one chapter. And within that freebie, you put the offer for the whole course. All right, and now let's talk about consistency, because it is very important. So first of all, consistency beats volume. Pinterest rewards accounts that keep posting on a regular schedule. So just pick a pace you can keep and post. And second, plan ahead for the seasons. So if you've got a product for the holidays or a specific season, post it in 30 to 45 days before the peak. The algorithm needs that time to build momentum, so it is already ranking when everyone starts searching. And third, update your old pins. A fresh design of an existing pin gives new chance to get higher at the search results. Fourth, you can reorder the boards on your profile by hand. Move your seasonal or your best converting board right to the top, because that is the first thing a visitor sees. Fifth, once a pin has proven itself, put a little money into Pinterest ads just to boost it. Ads on a winning pin will multiply what is already working. Prove it first, then boost it. And the last thing, know your numbers. When checking your analytics, don't look at likes only. Look at impressions, saves, and link clicks. Saves are actually important because a save tells Pinterest your pin is worth keeping, and Pinterest responds by showing it to even more people. So saves result in more reach. So over time, you will notice the pins that stand out from the others. Those are your workhorses. Figure out what made them work and make more pins in that exact style. That's it. If you enjoyed this video, click like and subscribe to the channel. See you!